The wind howling through the jagged peaks of the Wormtooth Pass tastes of copper and ozone. High above the timberline, the remains of a wealthy merchant convoy burn in the red-stained snow, leaving only 6 specialists alive. Moments ago, a massive warband of subterranean raiders surged from the cavernous fissures. The attack was fast and absolute, killing the merchant lord and his entire standard guard detail before the raiders retreated with their plunder. The survivors are now pinned against a mountain. An avalanche has sealed the path behind them, while a fortified enemy checkpoint blocks the only way forward. These mercenaries are total strangers. To make it off this mountain, they have to find a way to operate as a single unit immediately, or they will die in the snow. Survival starts with Brennan Burrell. Once a lowly horse groom who watched arrogant nobles ride off to glory, Brennan joined a secular military order to find a purpose beyond the stables of the capital. He leads from the front lines. Rather than barking orders, Brennan uses his heavy steel shield as a physical anchor, absorbing the brunt of incoming damage so his allies can stay standing. Holding the line beside him is Runa Ironbreaker, a dwarven rogue who rejected a sedentary life in the ancestral halls. Runa brings the unyielding strength of a mountainsmith to the battlefield. Runa doesn't rely on shadows. She uses her physical power to tackle and grapple high-value targets, pinning them to the earth while dual-wielding short swords to protect Brennan's flank. By combining Brennan's defensive brace with Runa's frontline brutality, they create a protected zone. This anchor allows the team's specialists to focus on their work without being overrun. Inside that zone, Ilara Dawnweaver provides the group's spiritual support. A wood elf healer whose forest sanctuary was reduced to ash by war, she now dedicates her magic to keeping others from suffering that same loss. She acts as the restorative anchor. Through divine magic and herbal alchemy, Ilara knits the wounds of the front line in real time, allowing Brennan and Runa to endure a prolonged, punishing melee. Beside her is Lyra Valerius. The daughter of a terrifying merchant prince known as the Crimson Devil, Lyra fled her father's suffocating control to wield her power on her own terms. Her magic is both spontaneous and volatile. Lyra manipulates gravity to warp the air itself, manifesting a shimmering kinetic force field that deflects arrow volleys away from her companions. From the high rocks, Lena Underhill takes her shots. Lena left behind the petty, toxic rivalries of her halfling village to see if her skills as a marksman could survive the dangers of the wider world. Lena treats the battlefield as a geometric puzzle. She uses Brennan's towering frame as living cover, stepping out to release precise, lethal arrows that dismantle the enemy command structure from afar. And then there is Gubuko, a rare goblin born with perfect symmetry and a lithe build. She escaped an iron cage to ensure she'd never be held captive again, dropping from the shadows to neutralize targets with poison daggers. These diverse motivations, rebellion, loss, and the drive for freedom, interlock into a balanced tactical web. The central shield absorbs the pressure, while the 4 specialized nodes project counterattacks to hold off the secondary raider wave. Despite the synergy, the specialists are still heavily outnumbered. A continued direct fight against the main enemy force would eventually break their line. The group realizes that brute force won't get them through the cavern checkpoint. They need a way to move through the heart of the enemy camp without drawing a single blade. This is where Runa pivots the team's strategy toward deception. She is a master of rouge, utilizing physical cosmetics to manipulate sentries, rather than relying on magical illusions that can fail upon touch. Runa opens her toolkit and begins a physical transformation. She uses multiple clay to reshape facial features, waxy candle grease to simulate jagged burn scars, and crushed charcoal to match the appearance of local subterranean miners. This deception works. They bluff their way past the sentries, slipping through the cavern checkpoint and out into the lower valleys unnoticed. Choosing a disguise over a direct assault allows the group to cross the valley floor in silence, turning a potential slaughter into a clean escape. In the quiet tree line of the lower valley, the adrenaline finally fades. Around a concealed campfire, the 6 survivors wash the charcoal and wax from their faces, seeing each other clearly for the first time. Brennan looks at the specialists who kept him alive. He suggests they stop taking orders from dead lords and start writing their own contracts. The Wormtooth ambush forced 6 strangers to find a rhythm under pressure. They are no longer a collection of hired specialists. They are a team that has already proven it can survive the impossible.